Hello, you guys. Okay, we are back at it. I feel like it has been a hot minute since I have been on here with you guys. That 2-week period at the end of September was kind of long, but I'm excited to be back on here and talking about this, and I try to do a focus with this each time, but for some reason I felt like I really just needed to focus on the exact onboarding, because Heather told me, you guys, 52 people were added to Topanga or to Soap Slingers this last month. 52 people. That's huge. And so to me, right now on here on this screen, there should be at least 30 people, maybe 20 to give or take. So I really want you guys as leaders and people who've been here for a hot minute to start hyping this up to your team, because if you do this and they see that you're doing this, guess what? They're going to do it to the people they bring on board. And it's just something that's very vital, especially for your growth. Also, which I'm going to talk a little bit on, sorry, I got a nose itch. I don't want to stick my finger up my nose, is the info group that we're really trying to hype up. Again, when I first started doing that, you guys, I was recruiting bound over bound, and it was just a system that I plugged people into. They got to see what they wanted to, and if they wanted to sign on, great. If not, then we talked about their injections. It wasn't I was on the phone with them for 30 minutes. It wasn't I was having a chat with them for several days over messaging. It was just a system that works. I've used it before in another company, and then some of the leaders in Topanga were talking about it, and I told Heather, I said, we really should just start utilizing it. I've used it a couple times, but just not to the point that's, really gained that momentum in there. So make sure if you're adding new people to plug them into these two places. I promise you, if you put your effort into it, you're going to start seeing things take off faster. Plus, as a leader, if it's something you're wanting to participate in, be in there and be active, also commenting. If somebody makes a comment, if somebody doesn't see it, make sure you're responding, encouraging, all those things. So let's dive into this. I printed this off tonight so I didn't have to go back and forth on my screen, and I'm out of color ink, so all the links didn't show up. Lynn is back. Okay, so if you're a newbie, welcome. We couldn't be more than happy to have you. It's just, those of us that have been here for a quick minute, we love this. We love what we're doing. It's been a blessing in our lives. And not only that, I think I can speak for all of us when I say this, is that we have met so many amazing women. Most of the people that I look at on these screens, I've never met before until Topanga, and I'm blessed to have them in my life. And so I think that you're going to be able to say the same. So I don't know if you've been here 1 day, a week, or 2 weeks, considering, because we've had our last onboarding was a couple weeks ago, but I want to get you guys kicked off to the right point and in the right step, and let you know how vital this is. I'm going to give you a perfect example. I signed up somebody, I don't know, in September, the end of September, and she couldn't make the onboarding, and so she didn't know how to do the back office. And so for me, that told me that this right here, us doing this together, is vital to make sure that everybody's getting off on the right foot, and to make sure that they understand how vital it is to get money back in their pocket, your pocket, whatever it may be. So right at the top of this is your new member checklist. I highly suggest that you print this off and you utilize it. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied. Utilize it, put it into action. You guys, whether you're here for a discount or really to build a business, that's going to direct which direction you go. However, don't write off the fact that you don't want to talk about it with people if you're just here for the discount, because if somebody smells you in Walmart and asks what it is, this happened to me just 2 weeks ago, or not even 2 weeks ago, last week. She stopped me. She passed me in an aisle. Next aisle, she stopped me and she said, "Excuse me, what perfume are you wearing?" I'm like, "It's not a perfume." And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "It's my laundry detergent." And I, for some reason, just took my little wallet in, not my purse. I will never do that again. And so thankfully, she let me friend her through my phone, and I sent her samples, and she just messaged me back that she got them. So don't, even if you're for discount, just keep an open mind that you can make a little bit extra money. I mean, Christmas is right around the corner. So you want to go through that checklist. That's probably something I should print off so I can go over it with you guys, but it's very explanatory. It kind of gets your goals, the direction you want to go. And then it kind of talks about also, you know, some top people. And when it's asking you to write these people's names down, it doesn't mean you're going to go say, hey, come do this business with me, or hey, sticking your detergent down their throat. It's just a simple thing of start building that relationship with them, start talking to them, start complimenting them, start doing all the things to build that relationship so that they can start seeing your post and start seeing what you're about and what's happening in your life. For example, Nikki, I'm going to use Nikki as an example. I hope she don't mind. You know, she just got top recruiter last month. Okay. For one, look at this girl. Never mind. I'm going to wring her neck. She just got top recruiter last month. Do you know what that's going to do for her if she talks about that on social media, and not in a braggy way, but in a very humble way? People are going to be like, wow, what's she doing? You know, and it's going to draw attention. So you want to remember those kind of things when you're engaging, because people are going to come back to your profile and look and see what's happening. Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay, so your first 30 days of Topanga, set up a getting started call with your sponsor. If you are new, brand spanking new, I'm going to encourage you, get on the phone with your sponsor and go over, if you're unsure, go over this with the new member checklist, go over it with her, let her go over it with you so that you guys can be on the same page, so that that person or I or Dana or Nikki or Heather or Lynn, whoever, is on the same path with you. So if there's something like this and they know that you're, you know, you want to be on, or that you're working your business, they can invite you to it. They can tag you, or like starting in the info group, you know, they can make those things be aware, versus if you're somebody just for a discount, they know that you're not always going to be ready to be on board with these right away. You just want to make sure that you and your upline are on that same track mind. Work directly with your sponsor to craft your initial post. If you're unfamiliar with social media, don't let it intimidate you guys. Do not let it intimidate you. Ask for help. And it doesn't always have to be your applying sponsor. You know, if you see somebody on the team and you like the way they post, reach out to them. I mean, that's what we're here for. Let us help you get off on the right foot and make sure that you're doing things in the best way to help you get that money back in your pocket quicker. Send your sponsor the reason, which that's one thing you'll talk about in your member checklist. Your goal, your first 30 days, you guys, it's to find 1 to 4 people who want to do this with you. And I say 30 because success loves speed. Now, with that being said, let me disclaimer this. That doesn't mean you're going to be the top earner in the company in 30 days. That's just not feasible. But what that does mean is if people see that you signed up with something and you start talking about this and you start building that momentum, it starts to attract people. People start to see, oh, she's getting a lot of, you know, this. Let me look here and see what's going on. And then if you start sharing that people are signing up and people are buying your product, people are like FOMO, severe FOMO. I mean, that's really legit. And I was listening to a training last night that talked about selling on social media. And they were saying how people love to talk about themselves. It's just the nature of the beast. In perspective, when we post, we usually talk about ourselves. But what he was saying is you want to make it about your person. So for example, if I'm trying to recruit, I want to make it about that one person I'm talking to. Make it about them. Let them be the hero in their own story versus you trying to be the hero for them, if that makes sense. So let somebody help you. And then make sure that if you're new, you'll learn more about this tomorrow. I'm going to do a live on this tomorrow in the group, but you're getting people plugged into the info group. And the info group just isn't about recording or about recruiting. It's also about the product. There's both going to be product and recruiting in there. So if you have somebody interested in the detergent and wants to know, hey, is it plant-based or is it organic? All those things, you're going to go tag them in that graphic that talks about that. And so that they can see that. Or if they want to know how to wash their laundry, you're going to go tag them in that graphic so they can see that. Or if they're wanting to know more all about the scents, which that's stuff I'm working on, you're going to go tag them in that. Now, if it's somebody about recruiting and they want to, their biggest objection is about time, you're going to go tag them in the time commitment video. Man, my nose is itching. I'm sorry, you guys. So just make sure that you're playing full out in this if you really want to build your business. Now, when I say recruit 1 to 4 people or talk to get 1 to 4 people to do this with you guys, that means you have to talk for every one person you want to sign up. That's talking to 10 people. That's the average. So you want to talk to 10 people. That doesn't mean you're going to message 10 people and be like, look, do you want to join this with me? I need you to do this with me. Will you please do this with me? No, that means you're going to message 10 people and you're going to talk to them. You're going to compliment the post on their feed. You're going to tell them happy birthday. Happy birthdays is a #1 door opener I use all the time. If it's somebody's birthday, I'm in their inbox and I don't post it on their feed because it's going to get lost. I go message them and I say, this is my key birthday message. Hey, happy birthday. I hope your day is amazing, is as amazing as you are. That's if I know them. If I don't know them, I'll say happy birthday. I hope you have an amazing day. I wish you the best. Something like that. Sorry. Okay. Printed the checklist. We talked about that. And then there's a training video on that checklist that talks about how to set up your back office. You guys, get your back office set up right away. If you're not doing that, you're missing out. You're not getting your paycheck right through PayPal. It's being mailed to you, which takes a little bit longer. Your fee has to be set up if you want to be paid. It's $2.50, simple. And that replicated website, you want that done. Because if somebody says, I want to buy from you, you don't want to say, to pay mytopangascents.com, because guess what? That's going to go to the company. You want to say mytopangascents.com/Tommy Nicole. Simple. You want it simple, or a bunch of numbers behind it. You guys, when somebody asks, you want to be able to give them something simple and direct. So you want to get that set up so that you can get that out there sooner, so that we can get money back in your pocket sooner. On number 7 on here, you guys, there's a social media calendar. So if you're not somebody who's really savvy with social media, I gave you ideas on there on how to make social media posts directed around your business, which are great. I didn't create, let me rephrase that. I shared that with you. I didn't create that. I'm not that good. I just gave you guys a resource I had found. Number 8 is write down your goals. 80% of this business is mindset. I'm going to repeat that again. 80% of this business is mindset. You guys, if you don't believe here that you're going to have sales and you're going to be successful, guess what? You're not. I'm going to be really transparent with y'all for a minute. I have been doing network marketing for good maybe 6 years now. I have failed my way here. And when I say that, I have learned how to do things right. I have learned how to talk to people. I have learned how to not do those things that make people run away from me. And I wouldn't change it for the world. I saw a quote yesterday that said, 100% of the people in network marketing are successful that give it 100%. Because 90% of us, honestly, you guys, want to throw in the towel and give up if we don't see that turnaround really fast. And that's just not how this business works. And I like to throw this comparison out there. My husband and I started a real estate investing business before we were ever married. So back in 2010, you guys, it broke even. I kid you not. It broke even right before COVID. Okay. We started to finally see some income from it, some substantial income, and then COVID hit. And it destroyed it. Okay. We had put our life savings, we put everything we had into that business, and it sucked us dry. During COVID at one point. That's how I ended up here in Topanga. I wasn't even sure we were going to be able to pay our car payments, let alone anything else. So just know that any type of business you do, it takes time. One thing that somebody told me one time is give it a year. Give any business you're in a year. Give this business a year. If you're here and you've signed up, do not quit. Make it a commitment to yourself to be here a year from that date. So one thing you can do is do positive affirmations. Maybe do some type of personal development every morning to get your day started right. I promise you it helps. Hear me on this. It helps. It says half of the battle is believing that you can in fact achieve them. You guys, I have a hard time talking tonight. Think Up is an app that you can use to record your goals in your own voice and set a timer to listen to daily. You guys, if your upline is sent you this, get your hands on it. It's posted in Slingers. If somebody's having a hard time finding it, let me know, let me help you guide it, because you guys, I promise you, if you go through these, it's going to help you get off on the right foot. Let's see, get plugged into the community and build relationship with the team. You guys, that's vital, because once you start connecting with people, there's something about it when you start building relationships within the team. You start to feel this camaraderie, and you start to feel that you're valued. You know, there's not a lot of places outside of this. I can personally say that I felt valued, and I felt like I was a part of something. So when it came to my community and the team, it's like you guys are my family, because there's so much about that's gone on in my life this last year that they have just come up behind me and uplifted me and made me feel 10 times better. So keep that in mind. Here you can fill in your direct upline, your leader upline, and your peak upline. So your peak upline is going to be Heather Gilmore, most likely, if you're here. Your leader upline, so say you signed up is somebody who had just signed up with you the day before and they haven't really hit a rank yet. They're brand new to the company like you. Your leader upline is going to be somebody who's been in the company, who's ranked up. And then here, and I want to read this note to you guys. If you're not able to receive help from your immediate upline, reach up the line until you do. Winners ask questions, so don't be afraid to ask. We are here to help you. We are family. You guys, I got a phone call last week from a distributor in the company. Didn't know me. She Googled me. She Googled, found me, and she left me a voicemail. And her simple question was, my detergents I got are chocolate brown. And I said, yes. So yes, Dana, sorry, I should clarify that. I just was picking a letter, but Dana's peak. So if you guys are under Dana, she could also be your peak upline. My fault. Sorry about that. But she told me her detergents were chocolate brown. And so I said, okay. I said, well, you didn't reach corporate. This is Tommy. I'm a distributor also. And I said, but I can kind of guide you. I said, is it Bel Air that you have? And she said, yes. And so she had all these questions. And I wanted to be like, who's your upline? I wanted to ask her that, but then I didn't, because I don't, that's none of my business, you know? So I just told her how to get a hold of corporate and what to do and to move that step forward. You guys, people need that. Even if they're not working their business, they need that to know that they're being cared about, that they just didn't sign up to be somebody's money in their pocket. So make sure you're even if they're not actively working, reach out and check on them. I have a girl that signed up just for the discount a couple back, let's see, the month before September, whatever that was, August. And I just check on her occasionally. I'm like, last week I messaged her, hey, how you doing? All she says, I'm great, thanks. That's all they need to know, is that they're not being shoved under the rug. Attend events and virtual events, you guys. Even if you have been on this, not necessarily this, but like our Topanga talks that we have one next week on Monday. If you've been on every one of those, get on them, because you never know what you're going to learn. And it's an opportunity to share with people that you're doing the things. And I promise you, if your team sees you doing this, they're going to be more apt to do it. You have to be in the trenches with them, because if you're not, and if you're not showing up and you expect them to, guess what? They're not going to. Yes, sometimes this is not easy, not always convenient, but it's valuable. It really is valuable. And make sure you're doing personal development, you guys. That is what's going to change this. And when you change this, you're going to start to see your business shift. I promise. Housekeeping. So you can save your website, both back office and your login, on your phone. They're right here for me. If I can get it close enough. Oh, I got out of it. They're right here for me in this. I just tap on them and it takes me directly to where I want. It's a lifesaver. Do your website. Make sure that you get your website done, and then make sure you get your PayPal entered so that you guys are being paid. On here also, I walk you guys through it. These pictures aren't very good, but when you have it on your computer, you can see them. Let's see what else I got for you guys. I shared some corporate contact info in here. So if you have an issue with certain things, you know where to reach out to them. Ordering process. So I get this question a lot. If you're new, this is a little different than most because we're so baby new. When you're ordering for yourself, you're just going to go to your website like you would send a customer. You're just going to go there and order. You don't have to log into your back office and do a special order way. Excuse me. So just do it the same as your customer did. If you notice that, say you didn't get a sale or something's missing, you will message, which that's on here also, you will message service at Topanga Scents. And let's see, the shipping process, I put that on here. We've recently just changed our shipping. And so there's not a graphic, but you can see that in Soap Slingers, and I need to put a tag on it for you guys. You also want to make sure that you're using a physical address for shipping, no PO boxes. Also in here, this is kind of handy things to know, is that I really wanted to tell you guys this, is that each new consultant has the opportunity to receive a free gift when they place a $250 order in their start month. So if this is your first month and you hit 250 PV, you're entered into a drawing. Just keep that in mind. And that's just something that we wanted to use as an incentive to help keep you guys going. And that's all I have for you guys. So if anybody has any questions or anything they want to add to it, feel free to I can't talk tonight. Unmute yourself and share that. If not, then I'm going to, I don't remember if I talked about this before the recording or after, but something that we're really going to start diving into is using the Topanga Scents Info Group. And if you guys are here to build a business and want to recruit, I highly suggest that you be on the training tomorrow and kind of get familiar with how we're going to run that group, because I promise you it's going to help you with recruiting, and it's going to help you with exposing people to Topanga, both the product and recruiting side of it. So be on there tomorrow, and then if you don't, it will be recorded so I can share it with you guys. But thank you guys for being here. Does anybody have any questions? Doesn't look like it. So I hope you guys have a blessed night, and I'll get the recording up as soon as it's done so you guys can share. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Bye, guys.